running the hoop. I'm running the gauntlet. And no one can stop it. I'm running the gauntlet. I'm running the
Dudes trapped them in towards the back left, and so far they're doing a good job of doing so. Crossfires galore, set up over towards this B point. Gwinn finally does take down one, but can he find anything else? Because this teammates are still stuck in the back of the base.
Yeah, you can kind of see in the minimap. I mean, GodRx is coming off spawn saying, I can't go anywhere, guys.
Oh.
I know Attach is watching this cross. There it is, and that's the difference.
Oh.
If you were just to compare how GodRx played that in his defensive round versus Attach. Attach is just calling intel.
Yep.
You know, making sure no one goes over towards A. Trust that your whole setup over towards B is going to stay solid. Second ticket progress being worked on, but Gwinn and GodRx are working with pebbles for cover right now. As Nero is actually just going to play this up top, they may actually have to concede this. No one in a position to get Gwinn off.
And this is good right here if you are Carolina, because it didn't look like this at the beginning of the round, but the fact that you're able to walk away with this B point, extend time by...
And in case you haven't watched the first 2 days, I think, you know, us as a broadcast team is watching through the scrims and kind of talking with the players. The expectation is that this map will be Brew Clayster, another big gunfight up top, takes down Purge, and it leaves Standy essentially on his lonesome waiting for help.
Yeah, Standy just has to try to stay alive here. Allow his teammates to get out of the base, and finding trade after trade so far is going to lead to them eventually completing the first segment over towards B. You're taking DVD control, at least one segment down. Complete this B point, it's already going to be job done. But all the nades, all the attacks are flying over. Real and Gwinn combined for 3. And now that's all 4 dead with Vegas Legion coming off spawn.
And I think this is huge, not only because you get the retake.
W in hand, 21-9. Trying to keep his team in this series still. You're gonna apply all that pressure over towards B. Let's just try to get these segments done.
Good info here for Standy. Nades won't necessarily get a ton of damage, but it does at least connect on the hit markers, and all the cleanup is so clean from Standy. An opening double comes his way. Pre-fire up top for maybe a third, but instead values his life, backs up. Offense for Carolina still working with a bit of gas here. He has been playing on an island, just doing his own thing. Inside of control, and he continues to be a problem with Carolina trying to get off spawn.
This guy's just always hitting routes, man. He's always blocking spawns or setting up for spawn traps. And he does it again to now allow his teammates to put their sole focus on the front side. These young rookies, they're stepping up, man. They find themselves on both 2 sprees, but B is going to be captured. Now you're forcing Vegas Legion to hold down A for 2 minutes.
And this just looks so dramatically different for Carolina compared to yesterday. Again, different map, but they feel like there's a little bit of pace and tempo involved with especially these most recent 2 rounds. And again, the spark plug very well may be players like Gwinn and Real opening up some of that tempo. Gwinn on another 4 spree, looking for 5. Standy puts him down, but it opens the door for Carolina to jump on in with a trophy system and re-break this with the middle of the map completely compromised. 2 members on in towards A. Clayster watching the cross, looking good here for the Ravens. Oh, and the double.
Oh man, it's over.
And that will likely do it. The double stack still very comfortable and fully healthy, and Vegas will not be able to get there, and Carolina get their first map. Gonna watch this cross, but Standy gets a little bit blessed as GodRx slides into a gunfight that he was already taking versus Clayster. Gets rewarded with a double. Real backside of this P2. Oh. Attach gets the trade. 50-50 battle. Still as the hard point stays neutral. Clay possibly looking for a route as he sees Gwinn spawning over to his left, but still, it's enough for Vegas to stay pretty healthy. GodRx looking to try to work his way in, but Standy again, just such an absolute deterrent. Another big double. That leads to numbers for Vegas. Real, last one left, trying to find a break with GodRx. Kills are decent, and Real able to respond with a double of his own as now Carolina find themselves in the tie.
No matter how many 2 pieces Standy was able to get, and that's never a story for success. That eventually leads to Carolina getting that break, walking away with that final 30. And we were talking the second Gwinn doesn't lead to the third, but they win the rotation. They just have to locate the last player, and Clayster does it with the SMG.
They get the majority of time at the second, and now they get to Cafe first with a really solid line of scrimmage being set up with kills to boot. 0-6 start for Nero. Oh, what a turn from Clay! Absolute snap-on towards Purge. Displays this Carolina setup. Real inside.
Oh my.
Point goes from 1 to a second, and now Mercy. He's on a 6.
Already in the hard point. Can they get a good hold though? Great shots out of Gwinn. It's going to be Carolina fully set up to try to get some more time from this P1 hardpoint. Currently up by 80, about to be 90. Standy trying to get red control. They're trying to set up pinches. Right now, Carolina, they have all the crosses set up. No one's touching my player in the hill.
Nope, absolutely not. And this is the if you put a main AR like Clay up top, he's not gonna lose very many gunfights.
Yo, side door. There. Nice, Huke. Nice, good shit. Yo, this one here. I'm leaving this time. Yep. This one here. Maybe no, they could have come back right. Attack.
It's an absolute beatdown. The Ravens up massive, 225 to 77. And Real, I think we can find.
Rex tries to start it off, but not able to get anything else with it. Gwinn with the movement, though. He's movement. And with only 25 seconds left, you're going to force a couple players from Carolina to hit that early rotation. You still have a couple players here trying to contest it.
Yeah, oh my God. Just make it dangerous for him. Doesn't come through. And now all of a sudden, Vegas have numbers on rotation towards Fountain. Clayster, though, once again, power positioned up top. Semtex trying to get a little bit of damage done. Trophy system also gets placed. And how about it? Carolina working through it. Nero, last one left. He gets taken down. And with a couple of follow-up kills on the outside of the last desperate attempts here for Vegas trying to break, and no one's able to do much now.
With only 3 seconds left, Carolina 3, 2, 1. The game is over. For Carolina, I think just getting to this point, momentum is definitely on their side. They lost that 6-4 game 2.
Hold the tempo and control of how this map is going to be played. Opening eyes over towards this B site. Long cross being watched by Purge. Immediately on the side is Nero, but here comes the break attack. That stun doesn't maybe fully affect him. And still able to find Real. Second from Nero. Purge helps out for his trade, and it's all Vegas.
This is on one side, and then getting a couple players to rotate it and finding the opening on the other. Because now you have every single player from Carolina with your teammates.
And Real's cleared out B Street. He's already pulling over towards Broken, so now Carolina will have some good map control. They have to be setting themselves up for just a solid A hold, but Gwinn hears the door pop from behind him. Time becoming an issue. Gwinn in the corner. No, burn on the Purge. Oh, heavens. Leaves things down to attach. No time to do too much here. And oh, brother, Gwinn walked through. Real was watching his cross, and Clay's got a rival in hand. Hello?
Oh, my.
This is a solid defensive setup around B.
Great setup at B, but Vegas leading so far. Their plan of attack has usually been over towards this A.
Yeah, this is tough. You would have loved if you're Carolina to try to force this Vegas offense to go towards Clay's position. That's your X factor here. Oh, it almost gets the double down. At least Clay with the rival 9. Can he catch timing?
Oh, no.
Going quickly. Doesn't see the initial. Tries to hop this. Real has to play bodyguard. Stay down, Mr. President. Purge just tries to bait him with the door. And Clay says, not so fast, young man. Ravens get us to round 11. They lobby and attach right back to where he's been the entirety of the game. Clay scouts this out, but no position has been throttled back in Carolina, now looking to make a move, but Standy.
Legion have the information that the bomb is going to be down towards bottom mid, but you see Clayster slowly edging his way up, trying to find an angle, sets up Gwinn on the flank to find 2. They have the man advantage, 3v2 now.
Nero looking to go quickly, tries to slide through the Gwinn meets him for the third. 1v2. Bomb being planted. Got our X able to stay alive, get out of dodge. Should know that Gwinn was last seen over through mid. And now the reset. Got her X. Caught. Gwinn pokes over the top. Good damage, but Gwinn shuts it down. And a reverse sweep for Carolina.
I'm just really proud of the boys. Honestly, we were on a 5-map loss streak to start the CDL, and then to not only put a map on the board, but complete the reverse sweep with kind of all the odds stacked against us. I'm just really happy with the resiliency that we're already showing only on the 2nd match of the season.
I want to ask you about Gwinn. I mean, he had an insane series to pull you guys back into this at 2.17 in the control. What about this rookie stood out to you? Because it seems like you, Clay, always kind of get stuck maybe bringing up some of the young guns.
Yeah, I mean, we picked Gwinn for a reason, right? And he's been playing phenomenally so far, and especially in practice. I really like his attitude and his mindset. He's picking up the game really, really quickly. And he's just super confident in himself. And that's something that I've always really loved about rookies is when they come in acting like they're gods, you know? And he really thinks that way and he plays that way. And I think it showed in these last 2 matches just how good he can actually be.
Clay, what does it mean to you to still be playing while other people, former world champions, are now watching?
Yeah, there's some people on some talk show. I think their name starts with like an A or something, and they're absolutely awful at the video game. And I just imagined everybody on Legion was Aches this series, and honestly, that's probably why we reverse swept them.
Oh, we had to fit it in there. Aches, you know it's all of. But Clay gets the W today, and in my book, you won the argument last night. Clay, what? You gonna celebrate with the two?